At first glance, it seems like the boys from South Park hate each other. They're constantly insulting one another, getting into physical altercations, and at the worst of times, scheming of ways to kill one another. But as odd as it might sound, these 4 boys are relationship goals.
Conventional thinking might tell us that friendship is nothing more than cooperation and hand-holding, but true relationships are much more complicated. In the real world, friends are going to butt heads, and we're going to see why that's okay. So come on down and meet some friends of mine, because this is Media Philosophy exploring the deeper side of relationships with South Park.
One of the boys' biggest strengths is that they all have their own distinct beliefs. You couldn't get 4 more opposite kids. From socioeconomic backgrounds to religion, there are few things that the boys can all agree on. But they still hang out. Instead of shying away from opposing viewpoints, they lean into them, thus ultimately strengthening their own convictions. In almost every episode, there's some screaming match where each character argues their position, and it can be over the small things like whether Family Guy is funny or not, or the large stuff like which new console to buy. Whatever it is, they rarely see eye to eye, and that's a good thing. By butting heads, you're forced to engage in discourse. If everyone just believed you and patted you on the back for everything you said, you would never grow your argument. It's easy to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, but that's dangerous. You won't question yourself in an echo chamber. Echo chambers are full of nothing but self-congratulating circle jerks who like the smell of their own farts. Arguments are like muscles and must be worked out. Surrounding yourself with people who all believe in the same things will make your arguments soft.
So the next time you see one of those annoying contrarians in your life, tell them thanks. But to also get lost, because nobody has time for that.
In general, associating with different people will broaden your perspective. You like Ninja Turtles too? Each boy has a distinct upbringing that shapes him and his worldview. So spending a night at Kenny's house really lets them see the bigger picture.
What kind of side dishes will we be enjoying this evening with our frozen wafers?
You don't want to be one of those rich assholes that lose touch with reality, do you?
I mean, it's 1 banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
Another great thing about South Park's relationships is that they don't discredit Cartman's ideas. Even though he's a bigoted asshole, they still hear him out. And in life, we're going to be forced to interact with assholes all the time. Just because they like to leave a 5% tip before tax doesn't mean they don't have solid ideas in the boardroom. Cartman has come in clutch at least a dozen times. Without Cartman, the town would still be overrun with hippies, or he and Kyle would still have AIDS. Well, I guess he gave Kyle AIDS, so... It shouldn't matter if the person is a die-hard Trump supporter or thinks that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez should be president. If they have a good idea, then they have a good idea. You'll only be doing yourself a disservice by shutting people out, unless you don't want to save the world of Warcraft.
One of my favorite traits that the boys have in South Park is that they're free with their feelings. Whether it's expressing anger or sadness, they don't have to put on airs. When one of them is pissed off, they let the others know. And that's how it should be.
It's okay to be angry. You should be able to be honest with your friends. Whether it's a show you hate or an idea you think is lame, you have to be honest because no one else will be on your behalf. Sure, if you're meeting someone for the first time, you might not want to express your true feelings. But after years of friendship, you should be able to tell them that you think their shirt looks ugly. This might sound counterintuitive, but their constant name-calling is a plus for 2 reasons. 1, it keeps the others in check. And this might apply more to general relationships than friendships. You know, the situations where you really don't like the person, but you're forced to see each other. And really, that might be all South Park is. Just 4 kids who live kinda close to each other, so they have to hang out. Isn't that what our work friends are? I mean, isn't our job basically an adult daycare? In the workplace or school, you are going to come across Eric Cartmans who are just annoying and narcissistic and overall just want to f*** with you. And you can't let that happen.
Luckily, there's Stan and Kyle to show you how to handle these situations tactfully.
When Cartman starts acting up, Stan and Kyle pull him back down. And it's not with some over-the-top spectacle. It's just a, shut up, you're an idiot.
Cartman, you are so goddamn stupid, it's unbelievable.
Because you can't let the Eric Cartmans of the world send you running with your tail tucked between your legs.
Just know where to draw the line so you don't end up at any chili cook-offs.
I made you eat your parents.
And 2, we shouldn't take jokes too seriously. Especially if they come from a really good friend. The boys are constantly ripping on each other and calling each other names. But it's all just good old ball busting.
Now, that's not to say that we should put up with truly toxic behavior in the name of comedy, but cut people some slack. If a friend tries to poke fun at you, just sling that shit right back at them.
There will be times when the line is crossed, and when that happens, people need to be able to say, I'm sorry. The boys know when they're in the wrong, whether it's Stan playing Guitar Hero or Kyle getting way too into Blanktology. Hell, even Cartman has his own way of saying sorry. The South Park boys don't hang mistakes over each other's heads. They forgive each other.
We're all going to make mistakes. In a relationship, one of the most important phrases is I'm sorry. But forgiveness is a two-way street.
We can't cut someone major out of our life over small infractions, even if they are bigger and more serious, like being told that they have a stupid hat. We have to be able to move on, especially with those long-term friends.
It doesn't matter what happens or where you go, you can always make new friends. Unless you're Scott, but he's a dick. But the one thing that can't be faked is history.
We've all seen those posts on Reddit asking for relationship advice. It usually goes a little something like this. Hi, my best friend of 8 years stayed the night and used one of my disposable toothbrushes without asking. Should I be upset?
That is such disrespect of property! Cut them out of your life now!
Even if you aren't friends with them, you have to respect going through a shared experience with somebody. Single-handedly moving all the homeless to California will definitely make you better friends. The boys have survived so many trials and tribulations together, it's impossible not to identify with somebody after traveling to space or almost getting killed in Afghanistan.
Hard times forge stronger relationships. Just think of the craziest days you've had at work. Maybe you had to work back-to-back shifts at the movie theater when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. Or maybe you had to break up a fight between two Karens during Black Friday. Like two soldiers from the same platoon that survived the enemy ambush, you become blood brothers.
The history the boys have with one another is astounding. Even if Cartman and Kyle do hate each other, they still respect what they've gone through together. It's not so much the amount of time they've spent with each other, it's the quality of that time spent.
What makes the boys' relationship so special is the amount of leeway they give one another. Nobody's walking on eggshells, so they're free to actually be themselves. They're free to fully express their ideas and opinions. And when things do get heated, they know how to say sorry and move forward. Because they understand how special the history they have with one another is. This is Media Philosophy, exploring the deeper side of entertainment. And if you like this video, make sure to text a friend that you love them.